Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, it is January 8th. My name is Michelle and I am a first grade teacher in Orlando. It is the first day back for teachers. It has been, I can't even say, a long time, you guys. Vlogging has just gotten away with me and gotten put on the back burner with my daughter being a senior and my kids' baseball schedules. And so here we are. We are in 2024. Goal of mine is to be better about vlogging, be more consistent. But I think I've said that every year. So we'll see what happens, you guys. Just being real. We got baseball starting up again soon, so who knows? But I'm here and I am cleaning up from Christmas, and I wanted to check in with you guys and show you where we're at in the room, talk a little bit about being halfway through the school year, where we're at, and just kind of catch up. So here we go. So like I said, it is teacher work day today. We don't technically have to be here. It is, if you work certain days during the school year, then you have certain days off throughout the year. But I always choose to do this one because, oh, sorry, I'm moving my ladder. I always choose to do this one because I always feel like I need to be back before the students after Christmas. It just makes me feel better. So I'm going to walk you through the room, show you what has changed, talk about what I'm about to do to kind of update things, clean things out. I needed a major clean out today. That's another reason I like coming, because I like to do a major reset. Because, you know, at Christmas time, it's all we can do to get to Christmas break, especially this year, because our Christmas break, we went to school 4 weeks after Thanksgiving. So we went all the way up until the 22nd, which was a very, very long time. We didn't have to come back as early, which was nice, but still it felt exhausting. So every bit of my room is trash because it was just like tidy up and get out. So I'm going to show you where we're at in the room, talk to you about a few things, and just kind of get my day going. So I'm going to stand in the back because I still have some names on stuff from the holidays until I get those names down. Not much has changed on this side of the room, so I'm not going to talk much about that, except I need to, take down the holiday stuff. I did have a Christmas tree. I've always had a Christmas tree. The students make ornaments and they hang ornaments, and then the gifts that I give them go under the tree. And then if they go to the holiday shop that we have here at school, they can put their packages under the tree until they're ready to take them home, that sort of thing. So I feel like it adds a little bit to the room. I wish I had a big full tree, but I just didn't. I don't have the space for that in this room, so I went last year and bought a little smaller tree. If I had any students, and I never have in my 20 years of teaching, whose families were not okay with us having a Christmas tree, but if I had a family that said they were not okay with us having a Christmas tree, obviously I wouldn't have it. But every year I've always posed that question in my back to school stuff, and they've all been perfectly fine. Even a year that I had a couple of my babies were Jehovah's Witnesses, they were completely fine with the tree being in the room. They just didn't want the Christmas stuff on the worksheets and stuff, and that was completely fine. I just gave them the same exact worksheets without the clip art. So you always have to make those adjustments when you're a teacher, and be respectful of everybody's beliefs. So I have my tree this year. I had some things hanging. I started taking them down. I don't know if you can see them. I have some garland that's light bulbs. This was all from our holiday party that we had. I had a whole lot more hanging for the holiday party, but a lot of it has came down the Friday before the break. I had my boys do it, and I have my bulletin board I'm going to take down today and fix. I actually made the border. I'll show it to you in here in a second. That myself, if you want a tutorial on how to do that. It was super easy, and I would even be willing to share the file with you if you would like it, and then you can just insert your own clip art. Just made it on Canva, but I can share it with you if you'd like. So yeah, not much else has changed. I have moved my little space over here a little bit. So my couch is more at an angle, and I actually like that better. The student is able to see. I have this, I don't know if I had this chair last time I talked to you, but I brought this chair in from home. I need to rearrange my tables a little bit, spread them out a little bit because they got moved around during the holidays. But this is what we're working with. This whole area over here is what I plan on going through today, specifically these bins. And then tidying up my closet. My closet's still not bad. I'll show that to you here in a second, but it's not terrible. And my big book stand is going to go away. I'm going to get rid of that sucker because they don't really use it. All of my cards fall down off of it. Although they like reading the big books, we're now to the point of the year where there's a lot of other things I need them to work on, skills. So I may just have a couple big books in here for them, but that's what we're looking at. So I've got to take down the rest of these decorations. I am going to set you down and clean up, put things away, and then I'll chit chat with you in a little bit. Okay, so I got those things taken down. My next thing that I'm working on is cleaning out. These are my Christmas holiday, December, all the things, gingerbread, everything in their bins. And I want to kind of go through, reorganize, and pull out what I don't need anymore, what is kind of old and outdated. And I put my Christmas tree in the big one because I just kind of bend it over. It doesn't really work, but that's all I got. So I need to take all my ornaments off my Christmas tree and work on all that. That's gonna take a bit. Okay, so okay guys, so I have two bins that I just kind of thrown everything in. This is the bin that I have to put my Christmas tree in because it's bigger. I don't know if you can see between the two. So I'm gonna put my Christmas tree away, but I organize my stuff into sets of stuff with the exception of that stuff that's still there. But this is like party stuff that we use during our holiday party, like the games and the extra stuff. That over there is like Spirit Week extras that I buy every year for Spirit Week so that the kids can participate in Spirit Week if they don't have stuff. That's decorations for the classroom for the holiday party. I wouldn't put those up ahead of time because the kids just, it would be too much. So I put them up like the day of or the day before the holiday party. So I'm going to keep that with the holiday party stuff. This is like crafts that I do with the kids. Yes, the garland is also crafts because we talk about Christmas in Germany, and we make Christmas trees, and then I let them, I like cut off pieces of garland and let them glue down garland to it to make it sparkly. And then this is all decor for the classroom. Not necessarily party decor. Some party decor, some not. So I think I'm going to put decor in with the Christmas tree because I can kind of tuck it in. And then party stuff and crafts, I think I'm going to put in that one. I think that's how I'm going to organize it. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys our board that I had one of my moms put up. I'm pretty proud of this one. It's pretty cute. I will link the TPT seller below from who I got it, but I made my own border. It did come with border, but I made my own border. So this is that typical border that I use all the time, and I'm going to do it again because I'm going to do like, I'll use it in February, but I just made this border. You can kind of see it's kind of pieced together. It's falling apart a little bit, but I just made this border on Canva. And again, if you want a tutorial on how to do it, I can do a video on that, or if you want me just to, I don't know how I would put the link. I guess I could put it in my Google and just share a link, but I can also do that. But I loved this one, so I'm gonna look for another one. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this one down and just leave the backdrop, and then switch out this one for like a blue and silver sparkly one, just for New Year's, I think. So I'm gonna take that down, but everything else is looking much better. I'm gonna take that out, go put it down the hall, and kind of rearrange the front of my room. Okay, so I've got my bulletin board down. This is the state of my cabinet. See, it's not too bad. I just need to kind of tidy up some of this stuff, and I want to get rid of some of these books that I don't use anymore, that I'm kind of out of date. Switch some stuff around, but I need to get my bulletin border down. I don't know what I'm going to put up there, but I wanted to show you guys this trick. Where did I put that? Wanted to show you guys this trick for picking up staples, because inevitably, no matter how good I think I'm doing a job, when I'm taking down something off the wall that's been stapled, I drop staples everywhere. And I realized maybe back in October that if I used a magnetic wand, I mean, duh, watch. There's all the staples that so it gets it. So I have a whole bunch. I don't know if you can see them, but there's all these staples on the ground, and you just run your magic wand, your little magnetic wand, over the ground. I don't know how well I'm showing you guys, so I apologize. You just run that around the ground and it picks them up for you, so you don't have to worry about it. There we go. So now I've got all the staples picked up that were on the ground, and I didn't have to sit here and like fuss with it. I just run the wand over the ground, and there they are. So I thought I'd share that little, in case you didn't know, that little nugget. And if you did know that little nugget, yay. I'm gonna set you guys down right there while I do this. And then you just, there it is. So yay for that. I am going to go through, I'm going to pull up my next bulletin board thing that I'm going to do. I'm probably going to try to make a bulletin border for Valentine's. It's super easy to make your own border, but it's a bit of a process because you have to cut all of that mess out, which is usually what I do at baseball. But I'm not going to get one done for the 2 weeks that we have left in January. So I'm going to do one for Valentine's and just put it up in like the last week of January. So I'm going to make one of those, and instead of me waiting for you guys to respond, because I don't know how many people will see this video, I'm just going to go ahead and do it and show you a really quick tutorial, and then I will put it in my Google Drive. The one that I make, I'll make a Google folder in my drive and just share that with you. But I'll have to do that from home because my Google Drive at school makes me use my school business, and I can't flip over to my iHeart Primary. So I'll do that when I get home and just share free files with you. I had high hopes in the fall, by the way, of doing more stuff in my store. Unless I quit teaching and become a full-time, I have so many ideas of things to put in my TPT store. I just don't have time to search for the clip art, the free clip art, and do all of that. So it's just, as of right now, not going to happen. But I can make a whole bunch of free stuff and share it with you guys as I'm using it. So I'll probably do that. So I'm going to put that away. I'm basically done with like cleaning of the room. I've dusted, and I had the kids help me dust and everything the last day of school before break. So there's not a whole lot of dust sitting around. But I've cleaned up. I'm going to move my gray shelf and kind of rearrange, I think, up front because I want it to flow a little bit more. It's much better this year than it was last year, but I think I can tweak it a little bit and make it flow a little bit more. So I'm going to do that. I am working on building having my husband build a shelf for these iPads. He was supposed to get that done over Christmas break, and then we decided to go see my sister in Arkansas a little bit early, so I didn't get that job tackled. The shelf is already built. I'm just reusing one of my other shelves that I had, but I'm gonna have him like cut out spaces, and I'm gonna order iPad charging stands that kind of, I think last year I showed it to you. I kept them over here. I threw those away last year because I'd had them for like 4 years and they all broke. But I hate this cart, so that's my goal, is to get rid of that cart. We'll see. And I need to switch out my centers and set up for tomorrow. All of my copies I think are pretty much made. I just need to put stuff out. And then I'm gonna work on some plans, which obviously I'm not gonna sit and like show you working on the computer. I think that's kind of silly for me to do, but I will try to do what I can. So I'm gonna flip you around. I'm gonna go through these things first because this bugs me. I want to use those for my math groups. I want to have those a little bit more conducive for my math groups. 2 of my math groups basically do the same game, or I could actually use one bucket for all of my math groups and just have them in there, and then right now it's a hot mess. I'll show you. So yeah, I'm just gonna get going. Okay, excuse my printer in the background. It is printing that bulletin board. I pulled out everything. So here is my cabinet, nice and tidy. Construction paper, extra notebooks, and that I have a bin in my car for. Those are stampers that we got for phonics work. So I'm going to be introducing those this week. So I bought a bin for those. So there we go. Nice and tidy. I still want to go through all that, but I think that's going to have to wait till I know that I have enough time to, like, because once I pull that mess out, it's going to be everywhere. So I still have to go through those. And a lot of that stuff is probably going to get filed into this cabinet because I really want to make this more organized. So I'm going to work on that here in a second. But in the process of getting that cleaned, I pulled out everything that I wanted to go through and just stuck it on my table so that I could sit here and listen to music and go through it. This is a stack of random stuff that I've had forever that I really want to kind of go through and make sure it's valuable. I use it. If it's not valuable, it's going away. If I'm going to use it, I'm going to file it where I know it's going to get used, because right now in this stack, it's just not getting used. These are vocabulary cards that I need to go through. This is all of my poems. I told you guys I do a poem about every week with my students. And we work on different, standards and everything. Lots of vocabulary and poetry. I'd pull out phonics skills, I pull out some grammar, that sort of thing. But I have them organized by month, and I love this thing. I have had this since probably my 2nd year of teaching is when I got this from Scholastic. It's one of those free things when you first start teaching. And I used it for poetry, but it is falling apart. It's ripped right there. The back is falling apart. So I either need to scan all of these into my computer, which is what the goal was, scan them and get them in, or I need to find a new home for just the folders and get rid of the box, which I may also just do that right now and then worry about the poems, scanning them in the summer. So there's that. These are all of our red words, high frequency words, that sort of thing. As you can see, I attempted to get organized with that a long time ago and have not been successful, so I'd like to organize that. That's where we're at. So I'm going to tackle this pile first because I'm really interested to see what I have collected. That I don't think is going to take me very long, and that I don't think is going to take me very long. So we're going to start with this first. Okay, friends, so I went through, actually did more than I thought I was going to. I went through my cabinet. I went through this bin that I have, trying to figure out how to organize all of my OG games and extra things that I use for groups, all this extra stuff, because my closet right now, my literacy games are organized by month. My goal over the summer is to take out all of those games, which is going to probably take me days to do, but take them out and go through games that are relevant, get rid of the games that are not relevant anymore, or just kind of old pieces or missing something, and then organize instead of by month, by skill, like my math stuff is. And then also have like in those skills, because we align everything, everything has a scope, so I can put some of those things in that skill that might be more like, so like CVC we always do at the beginning of the year, so I can keep all my CVC games probably in that are like school related in August and September. I probably wouldn't have too much or keep too much that's like, I don't know, St. Patrick's Day CVC, because the chances are we're going to be past it. So I can just kind of print those as needed. But you see what I mean? So my plan is to kind of revamp all of my literacy tubs over the summer. I don't have time to do that today or any time in the future. So that's going to be on my goal list for one of my summer activities that I do when I come up and work in the summer. And of course, I'll take you along with me if I'm still doing YouTube then. Right now, and also I have a file cabinet. Drawer 3 is all like OG skills. It's organized by OG skills, but it's very outdated. So that would be a summer thing. I can't do it throughout the year. There's just no... It's like when you open that can of worms, there's just no turning back. So I had this bin, this big green bin, and I've just been kind of tossing stuff into it. And I've been trying to think how to organize my OG games and stuff that I use for groups, some of the stuff that I pull out. Those things that you print like 3 or 4 pages and you slide them into the plastic sleeves for the kids to work on during centers, or you pull it out for like a small group. And then you don't want to throw it away. So I've been trying to figure out how to organize it, because I have so many resources that I've bought from TPT, things that I've made, things that I've had from over the years, things that, you used to find on the internet when the internet first started. That ages me. There was a lady that so the internet started when I was, I guess it was when I was in high school. And then in college, we didn't really use it much. And then I guess probably my first or second year teaching, I didn't even have a computer that connected to the internet until I think my second year of teaching. But probably my third year of teaching, if I think about it, there was a lady that started her own website, and it was all phonics based, because she was a big believer. I wish I could remember. If I can find her name, I'll link it down below. But she used to put some of the cutest little games and stuff on there. Now, it wasn't like accurate. Like, she would have chair in the diagraph section. But it was better than some of the stuff that I was using when I first started teaching, because it was very guess and teach time. There wasn't a whole lot of instruction on how to teach students how to read. So I have a filing cabinet full of stuff that I've collected over the years. I need to go through that. But I have all of these like single pages from Sarah Paul. I don't know if you know who she is. I will link her down below. She is very OG oriented, very science of reading based, and she does a lot of trainings and stuff. Has a phenomenal TPT store. I'll link her store down below. But I have so much stuff from, I think I've bought. Oh, my brain is still on Christmas break. I think I have purchased almost everything she has. So I will print like one thing from her to use from groups, or she has a lot of like blended games, that sort of thing, like mapping, and I'll print those for small group and have like a set of 5, and I print them in color, and then I don't know what to do with them after that. So long story longer, I just put them in there. So I just organized it by phonemic awareness games, because I have a lot of phonemic awareness activities and games. So I just have those in individual baggies with whatever the game is written on the front. Sound boxes, like Elkonin boxes, activities, because you always find a bunch of different types. So I have a folder for that. Letter sound match, and then I start with skill. And I need to get more, but I have a feeling that this thing is not going to hold much, because it's not very big. I don't know if you can tell. It's one of those travel tub things for file folders. So I don't think it's going to hold much more. So like I said, if I can get my filing cabinet cleaned out, my 3rd drawer, I'm going to organize everything in that drawer. And then games and stuff that are too thick or that can't, then I'll keep those in there, because that just sits up there. But I'm happy with it so far, because I feel a little bit more organized today. So now the last thing, what time is it? It is 12:15. The last thing I want to do today that I had on my agenda was to tackle that Mama Jama, and I keep putting it off because I'm scared. Because it's so much. It's so much. Wait till you guys see it. It is so much. So, real quick rundown, without me flipping my camera around. So, in that box right there is a bunch of books. That box right there is a bunch of books. That box right there is all of this one down here, is all of those Bob books that I have. And to be quite honest with you, that we don't often use. So I may donate those to our school and put them in our reading room. And then this is like stuff. It's like sound cards and extra game chips and stuff like that. So that one I don't think will be hard to organize. It's just my other ones. I need just one bin, I think, for math groups, because I think I'm just going to use these little zipper things to organize the games for math groups. And like I said, I have one group that basically does, so I have 2 days of groups that basically they do the same skill, because I have a very large group of kids that are about the same area, so their group doesn't change much. And then I have my low babies, their skills change often, and some of them, grasp things faster than some of the others. So that group changes, kind of kids float in and out of that group. And then my high babies, kids float kind of in and out of that group, depending on what's going on and what we're learning about. So my groups are very flexible, and I don't want to have names written on anything. I haven't done that in a couple years, where I've written their names on the front of a bin, because they change so much now. Week by week, that is. They change week by week. So I just need one bin, I think. One of my shark bins. And then the other ones can be storage for stuff. So it might not be as daunting as I think. I'm going to set you down. I'm going to pull those stinkers out, and I'm going to try to get that done before 1 o'clock. That's my plan. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys what I did. I still have one more little pile to go through, but that's like writing stuff from ages ago. So I'm going to kind of sort it with my current style. I got those cleaned out, you guys. I am so proud of it. They look so much better. I have my math one. Now I'm going to put my group stuff here in a second in each thing. And that's my plans, kind of like jot stuff down. Here's some books, extra books that I have purchased myself that I am going to keep in here. And then these are a few of the ones I've printed, like decodables that I've managed to save. And then these are books that I give to my students on their birthday. I do like a collection on Scholastic, and I kind of handpick their birthday. And then this is like extra tools that I need for groups that we use on the regular basis. So it looks so much better. It's so much more organized. I got my bin back up there all organized. Like I said, I have this pile to kind of go through. This is like those writing trait sets that came in the cardboard boxes. I had to get rid of the cardboard boxes a long time ago, but I still have those. So I'm going to go through that and see what I want to use from that. And then this is a thing I created. I will put this in my Google Drive. I created this last year to go with candy corn and October time. And it's just a number bonds page, and we were talking about equal sizes or both sides of the equal sign. So we use candy corn, and then they would scoop it, do it over here, scoop it, and then count and see if it equaled. I just had these in plastic sleeves. I have this version that I intended on putting on my TPT, and then a big one. I don't know where my big one is. There it is. I have a big one, and then they had to write the number sentence down at the top. And you could even, I could leave that blank and just put like a box there, and they could do the subtractions. They could put the total and find missing number, and you can do all sorts of stuff. But they loved using candy corn. I had parents donate in candy corn, and I think 2 bags lasted me the entire month of October, and I had a parent donate like 5 bags. So we used it for measuring and different activities throughout the month. But they love using candy corn. So I just thought I would share that very quickly. I'm going to go take, this is a collection of books, leveled books from years ago, and I only kept like the bigger levels, and I don't need to keep those in my room, so I'm going to take those to our book room. I'm going to go through this. I'm sorry I didn't film me going through that. I didn't think you really wanted another time lapse of me just going through stuff and sitting around and thinking. It is 1:15, so I got it done before 1, which was my goal. I'm going to go through that. I got to start printing stuff for my centers, and then I think I'm heading out today. So it feels good to be back, getting back in the groove. I feel like I'm getting things done. So yeah, I'm going to go finish laminating. I'm going to clean up that space over there. I'm going to pull out my games. I'm going to be on a roll here, you guys. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. So I am just making a mess. I'm just cleaning up now. I have about 30 minutes before I can leave, so I'm wrapping up what I have out. I'm going to do some wiping down of my teacher area over here because it's kind of messy. But I thought I'd kind of show you what I have planned for this week. And I have tutoring today with my baby girl that I've been working with. So I'm going to try to get that stuff organized. But I made a mess. I just dropped one of my kiddos' school boxes all over the place. I have sprinkles everywhere from our party. So I'm trying to like get those. I guess I didn't notice those were here before we left. So if you are a new teacher, something that I recommend you doing, because your room will probably very rarely, if you're lucky, get dusted, buying some Swiffers. I buy the good Swiffer at first, you know, to get the nice handle, and then these are Aldi puffies because they're cheaper. And that way you can kind of knock dust off as you see it and just have them in your room, because like I said, we get cleaned really well as far as like vacuuming and wiping down. Sorry, that's kind of a weird angle, but they do not get in and dust like all of the little things like down here, and it drives me bananas to have dust all over here. So I just keep these on hand, and then when I notice stuff, and you can have your students help you with this as well, I just knock the dust off. boom, boom. Just kind of a, oops, sorry. A little trick, and then I'm done. I've knocked the dust off of all the little areas today from the break, and I feel better about that. Now I can put, we did gingerbread houses at our party, and I have all of these hot tamales. I don't know that any of my kids are going to eat them, but I'm going to save them, and I can give them out as treats, I guess. Let's see what else. The stuff that I'm doing for this week, which is this week's kind of an odd week, and next week's an odd week. So this week is a 4-day week. Next week will be a 4-day week. So it's kind of a hodgepodge of stuff. So I have this Scholastic News that they're going to do in the morning left over. This is actually from October. It's just about making candy, so it's all right. I could actually probably save it to February, but we'll do it in the morning just as they're coming in. And then let me spin you around so that I can show you this stuff. Okay, so obviously this is not everything that I'm going to do this week, but I just wanted to show you what I have made copies of. And I will try to link where I got these from down below. This was something I found on Education to the Core, which is something I joined, I guess, back in September, just to have some extra resources and such, especially for decodables and, you know, center activities and such. I don't guess it's been so long since I've visited with you. I don't guess I've showed you how I work everything. So I'll try to make a video this week about how I do my centers and everything now. But for right now, this is what we're going to be doing writing-wise this week. This is our plan. So my lower babies will just do 2 goals that they have for themselves. My kiddos that I know can do it, which is about 90% of my class will do all 4. And before I copy this, so this is a one that I have from years ago, and I don't know if you can see that name. Fun Times in First, that's where I got this. So this is the front of that, my resolutions, and then she's got the starter, a goal I have, I will try harder to, a book I want to read, and I want to learn. So that obviously gets glued down on that, and then they use that to write. But before they do that, this part, I'm gonna have that on here. And again, my low babies will just do the first 2. Or I may have them work with one of our helpers in our school, one of our aides, to do that. So that's writing this week. That is for my tutoring, baby. This is one of our centers that we do. The kids love this, Crack the Code. And this is, again, from Keeping Up with Mrs. Harris, I think. I can't remember. I'll link this below because it's not on here anywhere. This might be Education to the Core, where I just enter the words and then it does the code for them. And they actually do this in colored pencils and markers, so they love that. This is another one. They have, here's the words. We're working on EE and EEA, and I actually am going to have to reprint these because I forgot to include EE words. But they'll read it, draw it, and write it on this one. And then this is silly sentences, same concept, spin it. Again, I have to redo all of those because I forgot to do because we're doing both this week. Don't know how that's going to go, but we shall see. And then this is another one. This is from the January themed packet. Again, I can't link these because it's from Education to the Core. It's their premium account, but I will link Education to the Core website. So if you want to join, I think it was $100 and something for the year. And I can't tell you how many times I've used it. I didn't think I was going to use it at first, but it's definitely come in handy. So there's the words, and then they write the words in the speech bubble for Martin Luther King Jr. since that's Monday. So I did that one. This is our Write the Room. I don't know why there's an extra sheet of paper in there. That's what I was cutting out just a minute ago. We're going to do January this week just to have some vocabulary words because I still like to do some vocabulary with them. We're going to do January this week, and then we'll do EA next week. I guess. So that is that. And then I will try to connect with you guys this week on other things. Still doing my slideshows. So let me see if I can show you tomorrow's at least. Hold on one second. Okay guys, so here is my updated slideshow. I'm still not done with it, but I'm going to finish it at home. So just going to kind of walk you through real quick. It's basically I reuse everything from the previous year. So it's super easy to kind of walk through. We had our greeting, our share, our activity, which I will link these. That's from Deanna Jump. I love to do those for review, and I need to put Haggerty back in here because we do Haggerty. That's kind of our activity. We're going to read Squirrel's New Year's resolution tomorrow, so we can start that conversation. I'm going to put some vocabulary slides in there as well for my babies. Then I have centers, which I cannot show you because it'll have student names on it, but it will have this center slide. And then it'll actually be lunch. Like I said, I need to update these a little bit more. We have our OG when we come back from lunch, and then we have writing, where we'll write our New Year's resolutions. Actually, I think I'm going to do writing before OG, so we have a little bit more time for our new skill because it's complicated. Then we have our specials, and I put my picture in here for that. And then math, we're going to start working on writing numbers in standard form. And then it'll be the end of the day, and that'll be it. So that's our PowerPoint that goes along. That's what we're doing. And I have on here to color a New Year's hat, but I can't find my copy of it. So I'm not going to put that in here unless I find it, and I'll work on that when I get home. So there we go. Okay, there you have it, friends. So I am getting ready to kind of finish cleaning up, go make some copies, and getting ready to walk out. I got to take all my Christmas stuff home. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I hope that you had a phenomenal year in 2023. Again, a goal of mine is to try to record more. It just takes a lot of time to edit videos, and I know I've said it a million times. With my boys' schedule, it's just really difficult to try to get that in, but it is a goal. So keep watching for those. I'll try to do one at least once a month. I guess that could be our starting goal. I want to link that video. Okay, let's start here. Okay, so there you have it. I am getting ready to go home for the day to do my tutoring with my sweet baby girl and wrap up. Okay, there you have it. So I am getting ready to go home. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, my goal would be to upload more videos for you guys and make connections with you a little bit more this year. It's definitely a big goal that I have. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be alerted when I update videos. I hope that you had a phenomenal 2023 and all of the blessings for 2024 and wonderful holiday seasons. And with that being said, I am going to go ahead and sign off today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.